Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A ribbon cutting was held on Tuesday at the Two T's Craft House and Kitchen in Drums. We spoke with General Manager John Shima about a new attraction at the restaurant.
Yeah, so the simulators are great because you can play year-round, where a lot of places you can't. Once you're done for the season in October, November, you're finished with golf. Here you can come down here. They're two TrackMan simulators. They host over 350 courses around the world. So you can play any difficulty of course, from a 1 difficulty to a 5 difficulty. You could play St. Andrews, you could play Pebble Beach here. There's also, like I said, things on there for kids to play. There's practice areas on there. If you want to just come down and work on your swing, you could check your ball swing, your ball spin. You could take your club speed. You could see how your ball's hitting the face of your club. So you can work on your game all winter long down here.
Though the company also owns the Sand Springs Country Club and Drums, Shima said the Two T's Craft House and Kitchen will offer a completely unique menu.
Sure, so the menu's a little different than Sand Springs. It's a different menu. We have some great pizzas in here, some Chicago-style deep dishes. We have some grandma's pizzas in here. We also do a lot of smoked items, some brisket, some smoked meatloaf, all different items that you may not find in another restaurant.
Shima said the opening of Two T's has taken about 1.5 years from idea to completion.
Sure, so we started working on Two T's probably about February of last year. We upgraded the inside of the building. We upgraded the entire kitchen with new pizza ovens and equipment. And then we put the simulators in. We added the addition on in the summer, got everything hooked up for the beginning of September, and we just opened it up recently. So it's been open about 3 full weeks now.
However, Shima said they will not be stopping here.
Right now we have a 9-hole course that's also open here that's in the summer. We're putting a driving range in spring, and we're adding a 5,000 square foot beer garden in the spring. That'll be open to the public and pet friendly. So you can eat pizza outside, you can eat anything on our menu outside, you can sit outside by our fire pits, come in and out, and just enjoy Two T's.
The Two T's Craft House and Kitchen is located at 22 Edgewood Lane in Drums. It can be found in the former Pro Shop and 19th Hole Restaurant building behind the Edgewood Banquet Building. The death of a juvenile in Wilkes-Barre is now being called a homicide by Wilkes-Barre police. The coroner has stated that the boy died from a gunshot wound after a Monday afternoon incident at the Boulevard Townhomes. Police responded to the scene where they found a 13-year-old boy with a gunshot wound. Officers performed life-saving efforts on the boy, but were unsuccessful. Police state that another juvenile is in custody and is awaiting further court action. The investigation into the shooting is still ongoing at this time. A man from Luzerne County has been charged with raping a child and over 350 counts of child pornography. Sean Michael Liu was arrested and charged after officers received a report on October 2nd for multiple alleged incidents of child sexual abuse, according to Hanover Township Police. Officers say that Liu denied the allegations and turned over his cell phone to prove his innocence. Liu then requested a lawyer and ended the interview. The affidavit states that Liu then had his phone forensically examined, with troopers finding around 358 photos of suspected child pornography. Liu is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, unable to post $125,000 bail. He is currently facing charges of rape of an unconscious victim, the rape of a child, 358 counts of child pornography, and other related charges. Liu's preliminary hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, November 22nd. The Wilkes-Barre Township Detectives Division is asking witnesses to a Thursday night shooting to come forward. According to police, the shooting occurred following an argument between Nicholas Gilliard of Wilkes-Barre and Johnny Creedle of Nanacoke regarding the slamming of a car door. Witnesses say the two individuals then began shooting at each other in the Wilkes-Barre Township Marketplace parking lot. No injuries have been reported. Both suspects have been taken into custody at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility and have been denied bail. Gilliard and Creedle have been charged with criminal attempt of aggravated assault and recklessly endangering another person. Anyone who may have witnessed the shooting is asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Township Detectives Division at 570-208-4635, extension 250. The Hazelton Rotary Club held their monthly meeting this afternoon at the Pines Eatery. The meeting featured Luzerne County District Attorney Sam Sanguadolce as the guest speaker, who had the opportunity to share what he does for the county.
My role is really the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of Luzerne County. I'm the head of what would be 20 attorneys, a drug task force, airport police, auto theft task force, homicide detectives, and a staff of about 40 people that assist in bringing the cases to trial and getting them resolved.
The meeting was also a way for Sangua Dulce to touch base with the Rotary Club on where Luzerne County is concerning crime and how much it has increased in the last several years.
We've seen a tremendous change, especially since COVID in certain areas. The drug trafficking trade has increased. The opioid epidemic has caused an exacerbation of things like fentanyl and heroin. And unfortunately, we've seen an increase in the child pornography and child exploitation cases. As I said in my speech, what we saw is during COVID, those children that would ordinarily, the exploitation would have been found out or may have been found by teachers or daycare workers and the like, they were locked inside. So they weren't being seen by anyone. And oftentimes we found that it's the abuser in that very house, and they're locked in with their abuser. So it's resulted in an increase in reports of cyber tips, which are basically internet crimes against children, and also, live abuse cases.
Despite growing concerns over crime in the area, Sangua Dulce assures us that his office is working hard to stop crime at its source and encourages the community to utilize the services they provide.
I want them to understand the services that we provide so that if they see someone out in the public that needs help, they know where to go. Is it the local police? Is it the district attorney, or what organization? And if you have any questions, call our office. As a general rule, we'll know where to send them.
The Rotary Club hosts meetings on the third Wednesday of each month at the Pines Eatery in Hazleton. Coming up on Wyln News, the Carbon County Sheriff's Department asks the public for help in locating a wanted man. Plus, we learn about a fashion show coming to the 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon. But first, take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name's Riley. It's gonna be sunny.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Chris Kindlefest and Holiday Concert featuring the Hazleton Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra directed by Robert Lagana will be held Saturday, December 2nd at Christ Lutheran Church, Church and Green Streets in Hazleton, with beautiful crafts for sale, a tricky tray auction, and make sure you check out their Tannenbaum Tea Room, where you can enjoy tea, scones, and other treats. Experience the full light and sound display featuring the Nativity message. And St. Nicholas will make an appearance. The concert starts at 4 and there's no admission fee. Check out Chris Kindlefest at the Christ Lutheran Church.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Carbon County Sheriff's Office is asking the public for help in locating a wanted man. Jesse Nailsnick is wanted on a charge of simple assault. Nailsnick is known to have ties to the Palmerton area. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Nailsnick, you are asked to call the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon in Hazleton is this Saturday, and we check in with co-chair Jane Doherty, who told us some of what people can expect at the event.
Hi, I'm Jane Doherty, back once again. I'm co-chair of the 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon. Coming up very soon, it'll be broadcast right here on WYLN on Saturday, November 18th. With me today is Sherry O'Donnell, who is in charge of a very special part of our telethon. And this will be the 7th year for this special presentation. It's called Fashion for a Cure. Sherry, tell us about it.
Sure. Fashion for a Cure started, as Jane said, 7 years ago. It was just an idea for something different for our telethon. We wanted to involve families, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and do a little fashion show where they could model any outfits of their choice, anything that makes them feel like themselves. It could be a Halloween costume, a cheer outfit. We've had children as young as 3 years old up to adults that wish to be on the show. And they model their outfits in honor of someone who has won the battle with cancer or in memory of someone who has lost the battle. And as they show their outfits and make everyone in the audience and bring joy to everyone at home watching the telethon, people can call in and make pledges if they see someone they know, a relative, or if they know the person that the model is going to be presenting their outfit in memory of or in honor of. And it's a very touching, special segment of the telethon, and I'm honored to be involved with it. And most of the models and families that are there have been there for the entire 7 years. But we always welcome new participants and new models in our Fashion for a Cure segment. Please watch in the 2 o'clock hour, November 18th, and call 459-1212 in that hour to make your pledge for someone that you like, know, or if you just find joy in this segment. We'd love to hear from you, and you can mention that it's for the fashion show.
The telethon will be taking place Saturday, November 18th at the Pennsylvania Theater Performing Arts from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It will also be broadcast live on WYLN TV 35. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman has joined a group of legislators aiming to lower the burden placed on borrowers of student loans. The group is looking to eliminate interest on federal student loans and limit interest rates for future borrowers with the Student Loan Interest Elimination Act. This act would refinance the interest to all existing borrowers to 0% and introduce a sliding scale for future borrowers determined by financial need. Under the act, no interest rate would be higher than 4%. It is reported that over 43 million Americans have federal student loan debt, and that number includes over 1.8 million Pennsylvanians who owe a total of $66.5 billion in federal student loan debt. Payments began again on the loans this October after they were paused due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Coming up on Tamaqua's News Choice, we preview Thursday Night Football on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, Lisa Marie's back on Wellness Wednesday, so stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Meet me, Santa. I arrive Friday night via the Parade of Lights, ending its parade route at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show or make a craft. Enter the cookie or chili contest. Participate in the Fa La La 5K. There's something for everyone. Plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN. Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of Let's Talk Sports. We got a Thursday night preview to talk about because we actually have a good football game this week. Gone are the likes of the Chicago Bears and Carolina Panthers. I love football and I'll be begging for that game come March, April, May, June, and July. But for now, I could, have my gripes with it. But Cincinnati and Baltimore are squaring off this week, and it's going to be a great game. Both teams are coming off of tough losses. Cincinnati to the Houston Texans, where C.J. Stroud was Superman yet again, and Baltimore losing to Cleveland, and Cleveland with a nice late comeback there. Didn't see that one coming. Baltimore was jumping all over them. I know they were favored to win by 2 touchdowns early in the game after that early interception from Kyle Hamilton that he returned for 6, but it's going to be quite the game. We already got some news about it as well. T. Higgins is already out this week, so he's already ruled out for tomorrow, so they're going to have to rely on Jamar Chase, who's still feeling that sore back from that Bills game. He came down hard on that. I mean, he still performed last week with over 100 and a touchdown, but he's not doing the best. It's obvious, you could tell, especially with how he's been talking, but they're going to have to rely on Tyler Boyd, who also had a huge game this past week, and Trent Irwin, who scored a touchdown in the game against Houston. And obviously they'll rely on the tight ends like Irv Smith and Tanner Hudson as well, and of course Joe Mixon, but a big blow to Cincinnati's offense. But the thing I want to question is Baltimore. I talked about this a little bit when we were recapping. Why don't they use Keaton Mitchell more? He only touched the ball a handful of times. He's the most explosive runner in the league behind Devon Achane, but you got to give your best playmakers the ball, and I don't think the Ravens are quite doing that. I know Gus Edwards is quite the man to bring down. He scores a ton. He's been on an insane scoring streak, scoring 2-3 times every week, it feels like, for the past couple of weeks before this game against Cleveland. I think he scored in this one too, if I remember correctly, but he's just a touchdown machine, and they're not getting the ball to the likes of Mark Andrews. I mean, Odell has had a couple of touchdowns, but they're just not getting their star players the ball, it feels like. I mean, Rashad Bateman's good, but Zay Flowers deserves more of a target share in this offense. But I can't say the same about the defense. This is going to be a great defensive matchup. I know last week it was a poor offensive matchup. There's a difference there. Trust me, there really is. You could tell it just by watching the game, but a lot of stars on both defenses. I don't know if this is going to be quite the high-scoring game, but it's going to be a fun one. It's going to determine a lot in the AFC North. Every team right now, somehow the Steelers included, has a winning record in the AFC North. Cincinnati is 5-4, and they're kind of in this spot that Buffalo was in against Denver, and obviously they couldn't pull it out, losing 24-22. But Baltimore is in the driver's seat at 7-3, and they could basically knock Cincinnati out right here because it's just, you can't do much at 5-5. I know there's an extra playoff spot, but the AFC has just been an absolute mess outside of Kansas City and, say, Baltimore, because Buffalo might miss, Miami's not going to miss, the Jets might miss. It goes back and forth. There's a bunch of good teams with good quarterbacks that are going to miss the playoffs, and it's a perfect time to take a little dig at the Steelers, but I can't do that. I can't do that right here because they're just finding ways to win games, and at some point, you just got to respect that with Mike Tomlin leading the team in Pittsburgh. But I'm excited for this one. It's going to be quite the clash. I want to have Cincinnati coming out on top because Joe Burrow has just been settling in more and more and more. He didn't look the best last week against Houston, which should have been a defense he should have carved up. This one's going to be a lot tougher, but we saw Deshaun Watson and company get to them last week. It's those divisional matchups that are so iffy that you don't know which way they're going to go because these teams study each other a lot. They see each other so much. It's not like when you're facing a team from the AFC South and the NFC North where likely the better team's going to win. Any given day, any given Sunday, well, this is any given Thursday, but you never know what's going to happen in the NFL. We've had a lot of surprises thus far, and like I said, I'm picking Cincinnati. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a monster game. Amari Cooper showed out last week, and Jamar Chase is in a whole nother realm. So give me Cincinnati. If I were to pick a score, I'll take 24-21 Bengals. It's going to come down to the last second, as all games did this past weekend. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll be right back here tomorrow. See you then.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nesquebec and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Meet me, Santa. I arrive Friday night via the Parade of Lights, ending its parade route at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show or make a craft. Enter the cookie or chili contest. Participate in the Fa La La 5K. There's something for everyone. Ho, ho. Plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
Attention, WYLN viewers. WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Why not start your week with a good news pick-me-up? WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Mondays. Catch our special feature on WYLN News and post it on WYLN's social media. If you have good news to share, please contact us to be featured on our special Good News Monday. Good events, good people, all good news on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie. And, you know, it's that time of year again where the holidays are coming up and many of us are on a diet or have special dietary needs, but all that baked goods and all that yummy food is going to be in front of us. So I am here with Cassandra Dabler, who is a registered dietitian, and she is going to help you and me discover ways in which we could follow that diet or those special needs to the best of our ability during the holidays. So thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So how could we balance ourselves during the holidays when all that good food's out there? Help us out.
Yeah, so there are a few easy tips that you can do to help monitor your intake during the holidays. So one of the biggest tips is to keep holiday foods outside of your house around the holiday season. So, if you're somebody who enjoys a slice of pie or some Christmas cookies, maybe not buy them at the grocery store and keep them in your house all the time. Because that way, when you're having a party at work or when you're with your family on the holidays, you could let yourself indulge without feeling guilty because you didn't already eat that in your house.
So what other things could we possibly do?
So some other things you can do are during your holiday meals, you could eat on a smaller plate. Because a full plate looks like a full plate, whether it's a big or a small one. So that's one strategy. Another thing you could do is to put your utensils down in between each bite. Because usually we're eating and we keep picking up the next bite. And we don't give ourselves the time to really chew our food and taste it and be in the moment. So that's another way. It also takes your brain 20 minutes to realize that it's full. So by doing that, putting your utensils down, taking the time to eat, could also let your body get the signal that it's full and possibly keep you from getting seconds too soon.
I think as a society, we do tend to eat quickly, don't we?
Yeah.
Everybody feels like they're in a hurry, and sometimes they don't enjoy that meal. They're just eating because they know they have to.
Yeah.
So, that's a really good tip, too, not to indulge in bile, because I know when I get my Klondike bars, I'm guaranteed I'm going to eat one every night after dinner because it's there. But if it's not there, I'll pass it up, right?
Yeah.
So in those moments when, the cookies come out of the oven and I decide I'm going to eat 5 of them at a time, so what do I do to compensate for my bad behavior all of a sudden? Is there something I could really do?
So I think thinking of it in terms of compensating for bad behavior, I think people need to be more lenient with themselves during the holidays. We have to be more realistic with ourselves. So if you're somebody who is trying to monitor your intake, I would maybe reframe your goals around the holiday season and not be so restrictive. It's okay to indulge sometimes in moderation and allow yourself to enjoy the holiday foods. And I think we just need to have a little less pressure on ourselves. And if you do accidentally eat more than you think you should, don't let it spiral you out of control. There's this really great saying that if you take a wrong turn, do you keep going the wrong way or do you get back on the right track? And so that's what we need to think about in terms of our diet as well. So if you eat 5 cookies, you have to just forgive yourself and move on to the next day. And the next time, just try to eat 1 cookie and enjoy it.
That is really great advice. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. Is there anything else you would like to guide our viewers on about? I mean, you just gave some great information, but is there anything else you can think of?
Yeah, so if you're somebody who has special dietary needs, like if you have diabetes or heart disease, and you're afraid that there's not going to be options for you, you can cook your own meal and bring it to the family dinner and share it with everybody else so that you know that at least there's one thing that falls within your dietary needs.
That's another great idea. Well, thank you so much, Cassandra, for being here. And thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.